Hello, welcome to this reading to the Manifest Wisely channel. If you're new, please subscribe or like the video. Support the messages that are received and communicated to you for free, right? So, little energy exchange is always appreciated. See what we have today for this collective. Not really sure what's going on at the moment. We had a new moon last week. Very powerful, shifting. We also have the solstice coming up, Four of Cups. Emotionally giving to ourselves, because why? Right? We all need to have that. Hierophant. So I feel like whatever this is, this kind of, I almost want to say spiritual gift, or kind of, whatever this purpose is, Eight of Cups. You may have found it by, going on some kind of trek, or feeling like you've been living a monk-like existence. The Hierophant here, it's like, I feel like it's, you're kind of deciding whether or not you want to accept your challenge, okay? You're definitely up to the challenge, but, in that Four of Cups, it's like you were kind of still sitting back, not stepping forward. And it's like you're still kind of thinking about it or something here with the Eight of Cups. Okay, so the High Priestess. So I feel like at one time you really knew what the direction was here, and now you're questioning it, okay? So, and then it's interesting here that we have both the High Priestess and the Hierophant. But it's like maybe you left some wisdom in the past. Queen of Swords, yeah. So you definitely know how to move yourself forward in a practical manner, and perhaps for some of you that was, getting away maybe from some mysticism or something. And, like sometimes I take a break from doing readings. Like I don't know when this is going to be uploaded, so consider it timeless, right? Or sometimes people, test their commitments to things in different ways, right? But, the Queen of Swords keeps herself above the fray. So if there was anything here that was deemed kind of like questionable, she would have left that behind, okay? And that could be why this Hierophant is here in this position. Like, well, I thought I could come in and teach this lesson, but, the Queen of Swords is here, and she kind of knows what's up. That's also Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Six of Swords, yeah. So, cutting ties and sailing out of the choppy sea, right? Here's a song for you. I think it's Swimming in the Velvet Sea, or just say Velvet Sea and Fish, and it'll come up. I was just listening to that song yesterday, and that's kind of like, yeah, you're getting out of the choppy waters and you're going into something that feels more, I want to say delicate, but and peaceful, and things that are just more suited to you. Like the Queen of Swords doesn't actually have to wield the sword, like just displaying the sword itself it kind of does the job, right? Like it's not like she has to be out here like Uma Thurman in that movie, in the Kill Bill movies. You know what I mean? Like, where she'd be like, we trained for this, but it's kind of in a more subtle manner, and that could be some of this high priestess energy that's coming across too, is that sometimes people don't realize you know what they're up against until they actually try it, and then they're like, oh well, that didn't quite go as I expected. Like maybe they thought they could just and it's like, well, no, I have knowledge too, right? So maybe that's part of what this high priest energy is coming up against this with this high priestess. It feels a little unbalanced or something. So you could have been rejecting this, but maybe for the wrong reason. Maybe it's just because it was coming from a different side, and you're just like not used to hearing it from that person, and it's like, well, why should I believe them, or look at their life, you know what I mean? Those types of things, instead of just taking what's handed to us and really making the most of it, right? But I think that's what's with the Queen of Swords here, is this protection has come over the decision making. And protection was something that I was also channeling before I started recording, so I'm glad that that's coming out as well. Because the Queen of Swords is a guardian, and she's right at the crown too, so I mean, let's see what else this, how's the collective viewing this currently. The Hermit. Okay. I mean, you already have the Eight of Cups down here, so, and the Four of Cups, Six of Swords, very kind of type of, if you will, isolating energy. Virgo as well here with the Hermit. But not without benefit. You know what I mean? So you could be like, I feel like I've been living this monk-like energy. Yeah, but like you're actually learning a great deal, and enough to qualify yourself to make the type of decisions or possess the type of knowledge where people are coming to you for that advice, right? And saying, what would you do in this situation? Okay, now in the environment, that just flipped right out. Five of Swords. Woo! So I feel like what you've been dealing with, and part of the reason why you have the Six of Swords over here, you're kind of skedaddling to get away from whatever has transpired that has let people think that they can lie to you, I guess. And you're just like, again, yes, like somebody, trying to teach you a lesson, but then you're like, well, that's not really teaching me a lesson. That's just teaching me how you behave, and how you behave is kind of not a great human. So maybe I'll pass. You know what I mean? Like, I think, that's kind of where you take that at, right? Because you were doing okay before, right? And maybe that's what drove you to recollect your thoughts, because if in your environment people are not displaying, the honest, wanting to deliver the karma versus like saying, here, let me share with you what I know to help you on your journey. You know what I mean? Instead, like playing it out like it's like, ooh, now I'm going to reveal this. Like they're in a video game or something. And, the collective's just not about that. Okay. So in the hopes and fears now. That's it. Some people just they'll continue to play, but it's in their own mind. I mean, it's not real, and I guess that gets them through their day to day, but is that a healthy way to be? But Again, Queen of Swords. Sometimes you have to cut out that mess. Scorpio, death card. Yeah. So you might have people in your energy feeling like, well, I hope that's not me. um, but at a certain point, it is what it is, and you're not beating that dead horse. So you might be a little fearful of the change that's going to be occurring, and that could be why this Four of Cups is here. It's like, well, I have this kind of unease right now, but it's like, okay, but I still have to take things one step at a time. And Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, that's what the Knight of Pentacles would do, right? Take things one step at a time. And that's in your outcome. So you're protecting your growth here, okay? Pulling back from making, immediate decisions that might set you back, okay? And part of that is because people have been dishonest, but you've been working on drawing up better boundaries here, okay? Because not everything can be done on faith here with the High Priest. Like it's like you really want to, but it's like, well, wait a second, like, have I stopped and considered, you know what I mean? Or am I just believing people because they're in my physical, oh, well, I saw so and so here and I saw so and so there, they must be my people. You know what I mean? Well, no, that's not necessarily true. So you have to really think about what is best for you, okay, in these situations. And then that's when you'll be stepping into the upright energy of the High Priest, okay? So don't take that as this High Priest is bad. It's just that's just kind of this what you've been presented with. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. So like I said, don't let anybody rush you into a decision, okay? Just because they think they know best, or it's like, well, how far have they gotten in their life? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to have to like throw these things at people, but sometimes, just when you're doing that reflecting, um, you know, and I wouldn't say like to compare yourself, but just using as a benchmark, okay? And that's all depends on your goals too as a human being. Like, not everybody has the same goals. So, if you've not achieved certain things that other people have, but you don't really care about those things, then, give yourself a break. Like, it's not your mess to consider. So, all right, doing a quick clarification here. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah, thinking about what your true destiny is. You may want to check your Jupiter placement as well. So, whatever, if you've done some manifestations, during the new moon, like hopefully you were focused on, okay, what are my goals for the next month, for the next week ahead? Page of Cups, okay. Yeah, so a little bit more playful energy coming through, potentially somebody wanting to talk to you about your direction, okay? What else? I mean, you could be coming into contact with somebody too where you're like wanting to ask their advice, okay? Six of Swords. Yeah, I think that this alone time, whatever it is, and maybe it's something like where you've taken up a new hobby and you're like, well, I do like yoga 3 times a week, and that's, my alone time. Four of Wands. Yeah, and you found kind of your gateway to success and you stepped through it already, okay? It's kind of like, to you, you're not searching for that necessarily. Like, you know what it looks like for you, and kind of like a, in a vague way. That's kind of why it's like on a card here, on this two-dimensional card, right? It's it's still a work in progress, right? But, you know, being able to think about these things or these goals has provided you with some peace, okay, that you kind of really needed. All right. What's going on with this Queen of Swords? The Five of Cups. So emotionally, I feel like somebody could be sad if they have not been on the receiving end of, you know, specifically Libra, Gemini, Aquarius attention here. Okay. Maybe it's because you've been busy thinking over your direction. All right. Well, and like I mentioned before, you know, the questions, okay, of like maybe somebody thought, you know, like your karma was going to go elsewhere. Well, no, that didn't happen, okay? um yeah, because you already have yourself, like I said, you already have this vision kind of solidified for you, okay? But you know, now's the time to like bring it out into the present, right? Seven of Wands. So you could be a little feisty about it, you know, and sometimes that's a good thing, right? Like if you're starting up your new business or you're starting up a new career or, you know, whatever, a new relationship, you know, you might be a little defensive of it at first, right? Two of Swords. Again, don't let anybody rush you into decisions, okay? It's weird because I'm getting like that you can find your way in the dark. Like it almost doesn't matter what they try and do. Like you know you're gonna make the right decision. The Knight of Pentacles again. This could have been somebody who was, you know, not moving very quickly towards you in the past, and you know, but you know, they keep appearing and it's like, well, are they part of this? You know, you're not sure. The Empress. Yeah. Somebody's not sure if they have another chance here with this Empress, like if it's going to go good or or terribly wrong, right? Libra energy as well. The Lovers. The Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. Gemini. Page of Pentacles. So definitely wants to give you some kind of offer, but you know, this could be somebody from your past that you're not sure, like their involvement here, okay, with some of this direction and this advice, you know, that kind of came through the pipeline earlier. But whoever this is has stuck it out, right? Or this could be somebody else that's, you know, kind of seen the potential, okay? So I feel like here you're going to be able to kind of suss out whether or not these people are good for you or not, because you've been able to navigate yourself out and through some really tough situations. Boy, it's kind of a weird reading today. I'll go ahead and do some Moonology cards. Take time to breathe out. Okay. So again, not rushing any decisions. Like maybe somebody's like, "Hey, I want you to sign up for this," and you're like, "Okay, can you like send me the information?" Like, "No, I need you to sign up now, or I won't get my promotion." And it's like, "Oh well, I kind of just need to think about it for a second, okay?" Like you're just not into the high pressure stuff at the moment, all right? Confidence is your key to success. Leo. Um, that strength, that protection. Okay, so being able to see, what needs to be cut out and, stepping forward and, defending that space as well. Okay, once you make it, right? Because then that's gonna, right, give you room to breathe. Okay. And what was this again? Take time to breathe out. Yeah. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Gemini is opposite of Sagittarius on the astrological wheel, FYI, and we are in Sagittarius season. So you may be like, I feel like we're doing a lot of stuff, but like we're not getting the answers yet. You know what I mean? So, but this is saying that it's coming here, okay? Surrender to the divine. Possibly the answers you need will happen by the next full moon, okay? This says full moon again, so and here with the Hermit card, you have this light. So, it was very dark with the new moon, and now, things are going to be starting to come into focus, right? And like this blindfold's going to fall, okay? Because, like, in the dark, it's one thing to be blindfolded, but like, have you ever been blindfolded like during the daylight, when you're like a little kid and you're like, you know what I mean? Playing cops and robbers or whatever with your friends. But, you can see in the daylight through the fabric. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're not really. So whatever this has been, it's coming through to guide you, okay? In the direction that you need to be going. So whatever you've been questioning, you know what I mean? You can kind of give that a rest because it's like, spun the wheel and then it's just going to land. And if it doesn't work, you know how to make adjustments. You and your loved ones are safe. Yes. So you could be questioning, like, is this the right move? How's everyone else going to be impacted? Like, and sometimes that could make you feel uncomfortable, right? And cancers are definitely about comfort. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Okay. So yeah, your hard work and dedication is going to pull off here. In the bottom it says bring love into the situation, and our last card was the Lovers. So I think that kind of speaks on, the ways that you should be acting, towards your highest good. Okay, because even if somebody kind of ignored your potential, you still had in mind what you wanted for yourself. Okay. And, some people might be worried that it is over between them and you. You know what I mean? Like what kind of relationship you're going to have moving forward. But, the Lovers in Gemini is, highly about communication as well. So even if things are moving slow, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get like some, status updates or something. So somebody may be wanting to come communicate with you. And potentially that's going to like give you some of the answers that you are seeking. Okay. If you are seeking the answers. If you're not seeking the answers, then this isn't your reading and you don't need to worry about it, right? Because you may be like, you know what, I don't even care about the answers anymore. Like, I'm over it, I'm done. Yeah. And, that's why some people might be like kind of butthurt, and you're just like, I'm not even interested. Like, thanks. Like, who has the time, right? But, it might be one of those things where it helps you move forward, okay? And just, add it to your knowledge bank, okay? So that might be kind of what you've been ignoring in a way, like I said, because it could be coming from, a person that you're not comfortable taking, like, advice from. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe because it's like somebody that you were involved with, or that where it ended badly, or like you had to, or like they were like maybe a terrible person, but like there's like one thing that they did really good, and you're like, man, it's like I hate it when I do that because it reminds me of that person. It's like, well, people are very complex individuals, not, you know what I mean? Like, it's a sliding scale, and on any day people can behave good or bad, and that just serves as a reminder that if somebody is acting poorly in your life, that more often than not they actually can choose to be behaving better, and a lot of times they just don't. Okay, so don't let that be like an excuse, you know what I'm saying, for somebody to treat you in the manner where they think they need to come in and teach you this and that. And it's like, actually, you know what? I'm already pretty successful here. This confidence is your key to success. You can kind of tell them like where to go almost. Just be like, you know what? I mean, maybe you'd be like, well, I built this business from scratch, and who are you to tell me? And I'm feeling that kind of sauciness come through a little bit, because it's kind of like maybe people are now the light shining on and they're starting to realize like who they're messing with, and it's like, well, you run with the big dogs, I guess you're going to get wore out at the end of the day. So don't come to me complaining about it. You're the one that wanted to ride along. I didn't really invite you. But yet here you are. So, exactly. End of a tough cycle approaches. They're like, damn, I'm so happy to get off that horse. Right? Like, oh my goodness. All right, you guys. I am pretty wiped out. I haven't been doing a ton of readings lately because, it kind of drags on the energy. So I've been trying to, make sure the readings that I do give you are good and juicy enough for you to keep coming back. So please, if you're new, subscribe or like the video and help spread the messages around and pass along to somebody else who might be appreciating this content. It's 100% free, and be 100% cool if you did. So until next time, please manifest wisely. Bye bye.